we have Mei Lien, who is widely regarded as the strongest unbanned character, probably going to lose to Seijun. Uh, which, okay, Seijun also has a reputation as being
Huh.
strong, so this isn't as, like... I can't make as much fun of this as I would like. Because I'd like to
Maybe
be
it
like...
is.
Yeah.
Huh. How would you rate Mei Lien, Seijun, and my team? Like, not my level of play, just the characters.
I think Renea is middle of the pack. I think Amina...
What?
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Renee feels so strong.
Good. Um, I think Eugenia is below average,
That I'll believe.
30 to 40 percentile.
She has a +2 morale bonus, or like a -2 morale.
As I say, she applies a -2 morale penalty to the opponent.
It's a net +2 morale bonus. It's like if I check a sweep, it's the same as playing a sweep.
Fair. Except you still have your sweep, which is a big deal. But
It's true.
but yes. And then I think Seijun. Well, okay, and then Umina is but yeah, she's Umina. It's so hard to categorize her in terms of power level because her actual power level is 60 to 70 percentile, above average but not great. But her ability to deal with opponent power levels is top of the first class.
Can I also point out that pretty much everybody in Byron's team requires a fair amount of matchup experience just to play against?
Yep.
So it's kind of hard to quantify
To
their
play or
power
to play
levels.
against, or both.
To play against, because they don't play like most other Exceed characters.
That's
I think
fair.
that's not
I
as
would
true of Eugenia.
disagree a little. I think that Renea, you need matchup experience to play against. Eugenia, you need experience playing against Eugenia, but it's okay if it's on a different character. You just need to have had your 20 Eugenia games.
Mm-hmm.
And Yumina, you need some matchup experience, but the Yumina player needs more.
Yeah, it's more demanding on the Umina player. I would agree with that. But yeah, and then Umina I think is above average in power level because it turns out stun immunity and +4 power are good things to have.
5.
Not usually. It's nice when it hits 5. It's most of the time that I see you play it, it's +4 because you put focus in Dreamlands.
That's fair. Sometimes I put Sweep there, though.
Yeah, and
Sometimes I put Spike there so you can't read it.
that's true. Sometimes I put Hollow Space in there so I can spam it. So it's
Fair.
usually
Sometimes
+4. It's often
Sometimes I
+5.
put my opponent's Ultra in there.
Well, yeah, I mean for sure. But yeah, so I feel like Umina.
But then I already won the game because I got Dark Thoughts off, so
Fair. That is basically how that works.
just write 30 on it and save us the time.
Nice. And then, so Umina I think is 60th to 70th percentile, but again, it's weird with her. Seijun I think is.
I thought you said you thought Eugenia or Yumina didn't have any bad matchups, or was that?
That is what I said.
I think
I'm
if the
not
character
rating-
doesn't have any bad matchups, they have to be top 5 or something.
So hold on, I'm providing comparative power level overall, not. That's what I thought I was answering, was how strong do I think the characters are, not how many favored matchups do they have. So
Right,
those are
but
different
if you have, oh wait, it's because you define bad matchup as different from disfavored matchup,
right?
right? Okay,
Yeah, I require it to be
to me, a bad matchup is it's any worse than 5/5. It's already a bad matchup. 4.9, 5.1 counts if you could tell it was that confidently.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't consider that a bad matchup normally.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yes, so yes, I think it's possible I think it's likely that there are matchups that Umina is not favored in, but I don't think she has any that are worse than, I don't know, 4.25, 6 point.
She probably has
whatever.
one, but I see where you're coming from. I
Right.
bet she has two.
I
somewhere.
don't think she quite hits 4.6 anywhere. I think she's
Alice. Banned characters probably do.
okay.
but
Banned characters probably. That's fair. But okay, and legal cast. All
that's
right.
fair.
This person just spent Raijin Oath as force. Oh well, I guess they don't have gauge, so that's fair.
What was I gonna say? I had something else I wanted to comment on.
Okay, but you asked me a question, so
Yes.
It's also Boats, so he's fairly new, to be fair.
oh, that is fair.
How new is Marco? This Marco, not the Marco that I know.
So this Marco learned at one of the PAXs, I think, or Fanime or something. Like, they learned at a recent convention, so they're new.
Okay.
But they did have a trial by fire in terms of they played through a convention worth of elimination. Which is, you know, like...
Yeah, but... Okay, so that explains why they did not have the best anti-Renee attack prepped.
Yes. Oh, that would... Okay, that would make sense if that was the... If that was... So, is Marco...
General. He's general user.
Okay, Marco's general user, and that was the Bison player?
Yes.
Correct.
That
So
makes sense.
basically, playing Renea against a new player is just cruel.
Yeah,
Well, he
I'm
had
sorry.
he had Eugenia in his pool, so I can't pick Eugenia because we could have a mirror match, and that'd be horrible.
yeah, mirror matches are unplayable. Right.
Eugenia mirror matches? That sounds horrible.
That does... No, I mean, I've seen them, and they're some of the dumbest things in the game. I got to spectate on one.
Okay. Yeah, I
Look at
guess
the
I
one
could
on
have
your
played
screen.
Eumina, but is that better?
Wait, what was that, Bear?
I'm pretty sure you have a Eugenia mirror match on your video archive.
Oh, probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It
Anyways,
was one
yeah,
of those first
that's
videos
basically my
as well.
reasoning.
Okay, well, so now, with regard to these two characters, I would consider Seijun to be, like, 70th to 80th percentile. Like, when she's strong, she's very, very, very strong, but getting to that point is hard, and she has trash mobility. She also has the Bison problem of she gives away a lot of information. Unlike Bison, she has a way to deal with that.
I didn't feel like Bison gave away a lot of information necessarily, so much as it didn't matter what information he gave away. Because with like one exception, I can just pretend all his cards are like EX Dive, and if I can just beat EX Dive, I can beat his entire kit.
That's about right, yeah. At least if you're at range, which he shouldn't be hanging out at range greater than 3.
I don't
What's he gonna
know
do
if
about
I
it?
agree about those statements, but that's not important.
I mean, you don't have to agree with the statements. We can have disagreements. That is fine.
That's fair. Oh, right, thing I learned this game that I should have known because it follows from the speed curve, but there's a million things that follow from the speed curve, so here we are.
Yeah.
Range 3 spike with light is actually a good play.
Yes, it is. Yep. And range 2 EX spike with light is a good play.
Yeah, that gets rid of 2 spikes from your hand, that's even better, good point.
Exactly. I think I remember doing that to you at least once, right?
Probably, but I just assume people play spike because they have a read, and I don't have that many reads, I just... Like, my read is, I'm gonna play cross, and that beats your entire deck, so like, I don't need reads. Or Stray Fire, I have 4 crosses, by the way.
Stray Fire isn't a full cross, though. It doesn't work as well at range 2.
That's true, but on turn 1 it beats everything, still.
On turn 1, it tends to beat everything, yes.
And unlike cross, it also hits when it beats everything.
Which is nice. But yeah, so let's see. So Seijun, I think, is like 70th to 80th percentile. She struggles with movement, and she tends to be predictable. She's just so strong when she's going off that it doesn't matter how predictable she is. Like, I'll be surprised if we don't see an EX... Okay, I'm surprised. I was about to say EX Grasp, but then I realized both Grasps were visible. Oh well. But yeah, EX attacks that hit for 7 to 9 damage are, like, not uncommon things. And she tends to just do that 2 or 3 times, and then the game ends. Because, what are you gonna do?
Hollow space, hopefully.
Yeah. Like, notably, she threw a Ultra at me that hit for 9, and it's like, yep, you can't stun it. Like, what are you going to do? Anyway.
Oh.
What was the other... Oh, and then Mei
I
Lien.
like playing cards with range 1 dodges, those make me happy.
Yeah, I mean, fair. So Mei Lien, I
2
think...
of my 3 characters have them. Maybe that's why Eugenia is mad. Maybe we need to put a range 1 dodge on Color Spray.
That'd be horrifying.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so then I think... I guess he didn't spin for range. But yeah, I think Mei Lien has, is like 90... Between the 95th and 100th percentile. Like, I think she's 2 categories higher than Seijun.
He did spend for 1 range, actually.
He did? Oh, then he saw this coming. I love it. Yeah, that's because he's played against Mei Lien before, and he's like, oh, we're at range 1 and you're windmill slamming? Then I play against Raijin Knife. Notably, Mei Lien can now play an Ultra that pushes him 3 spaces. Because why not? Or pushes him as far as possible, I forget. So he's spending a bunch of resources to get back to range 1. So that doesn't happen.
Revealing a pile of nonsense.
Actually, he has... Oh no, focus is good here. You've got to ration your focuses in the Mei Lien matchup.
As opposed to which matchup?
Way more so than normal.
Fair.
Because
Focus
Mei Lien
is really
is
good, though.
Mei Lien's game plan is push you to range 4 and then win.
You know what the problem with that focus is?
What's that?
It's gonna draw a card.
That's true. So he
Which
then
means
will
it's
have
gonna
1
miss
2
the
few.
reshuffle.
Yeah, he'll have
Yeah.
1 2 few foci. Oh well.
Just dream it.
Not how that works.
Wait, there are characters that don't have Dreamlands?
Yeah. They have to not have a deck that has any effects that interact with their Dreamlands, because otherwise one is spawned into existence, right?
Yeah. But there's also like all these things that are basically Dreamlands. Like you could have Wonderlands, or you could have a briefcase. Those count.
Polter is taking turns out of turns. Mei Lien is not done discarding cards for their boost effects. Nor has Mei Lien drawn for end of turn.
Reading is hard.
Yep. Now they draw. Okay. Wow, they dropped both halberdiers. Well, then again, Seijun's never going to let herself get to range anyway. Then Polter preps, now it's back to Mei Lien.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, any time he's been farther than, like, range 2, he just dumped his entire hand to move in. He's not using dive or anything, so...
That is completely correct in my opinion.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I don't have enough Mei Lien games to actually have good opinions on it.
Yeah. Yeah, Mei Lien is, yeah, she's a nightmare at range, and she's good at getting you to range. But in close range, she just doesn't have damage. Unless she has cards in her gauge, but she doesn't right now. Polter being unnecessarily cute. I mean,
What was the unnecessary cuteness?
they asked if he'd reshuffled, and he said I can reshuffle again, and shuffled his deck.
I mean,
Okay, so Cloud Rider sets up for, you know, a lot of things now. And he gets yep, there you go. This is how you play this matchup, friends.
so what I'm hearing is you put Cross in your Dreamlands, because that way they can't reading it, and you have 2 extra boosts with it.
Yep, that's a good plan. Although, actually, if you are... Well, actually, there's a chance that you can hit with Dark Thoughts against Mei Lien, so... Like, without even needing to work for it. He's spinning for range again, because, you know, it's Mei Lien. That's sweet. That's sweet. Yep, that's correct. Okay, well... He's still in range of approximately everything, but he's winning the damage race by a mile. So as long as he sticks to her face, she's not going to win the damage race. Of course, if he does stick to her face, she now has a power 7 grasp, because why not?
Yeah. An interesting thing to watch.
Yep, there you go. This is what you do. She doesn't really have any choice but to stay out of people's faces all day, forever. What you don't want to have happen is you strike into her and she plays Cloud Rider to range 4, and then you take 10 damage from Raijin Oath. And then if you're out of resources, you take 10 damage from Raijin Oath. Again. It's possible that I had a comeback from a 1-life Mei Lien against me 2 years ago at Worlds.
Pretty sure that's game, isn't it?
Yep.
Good time.
Good timing, yeah.
Huh.
Impressive.
Well, if he had one on Mei Lien, the best he could do was draw out, so... Because this was game 2.
And Polter won the first one?
Yeah, it was Minato versus Seijun.
Nice. Polter took it with Seijun. Very good. Yeah, the one time the drawing cross was worth it. Yep. Stick to face. Seijun normally prefers range 2 to 3, but against Mei Lien, yeah.
Yeah.